So no matter what phone you have in your pocket, one thing we all do each and every day is we have to charge our devices, whether it's a phone, tablet, cameras. Everything nowadays has lithium ion batteries, but I wanted to talk to you guys about smartphone battery tech and if it's really moving forward because honestly, in my opinion, it feels like smartphone battery tech is at a bit of a standstill and it has been for quite some time. Now, over time, smartphone batteries have been getting larger and larger, and that's definitely a good thing to keep us powered throughout the day and keep us connected and to give us better battery life. But it seems like for the last, I don't know, maybe 5 years or so, the capacity of smartphone batteries has pretty much stayed the same, except that now silicon carbon batteries are on the scene. On the left here, this is my Pixel 9 Pro. Of course, on the right, my all-time favorite device, the OnePlus 13. But we're on the GSM Arena website, and I've pulled up two devices here to kind of set the example. We have the S21 Ultra, which, of course, released in 2021. And we have the OnePlus 9 over here, which also released in 2021. Now, we're just going to ignore all the specs here because there are lots of similarities. We're just going to focus in on the size of the battery. I thought I could zoom in there. The size of the battery on these devices. So for me personally, until I got a OnePlus device, which my first one was the OnePlus 12, I got that device back in early 2024 and used it for the entire year up until the OnePlus 13 came out and I upgraded to that. I think an underrated feature of a smartphone is how fast it can charge. It's kind of one of those things that until you have it and until you experience it, you're kind of just content with how fast your phone charges. But let's take a look at the GSM Arena website here for the OnePlus 9. It has a 4500 milliamp hour battery, and the S21 Ultra has a 5000 milliamp hour battery, which is larger. But look at the difference in the charging speed. The S21 Ultra only had 25 watt wired charging, whereas the OnePlus 9 had 65 watt wired charging. And as far as I know, OnePlus devices are the only devices you can get in the US straight from the manufacturer that has these really fast charging speeds. And now, with the OnePlus 12 and even the OnePlus 13, you get an 80 watt charger in the box, and the OnePlus 13 actually supports 100 watt charging. I think you have to go and grab the charging brick from the OnePlus website, but it does support 100 watt charging in the US. You get that 80 watt brick in the box. And the reason I wanted to make this video is because I recently just got back from a vacation, and of course, everybody has a phone in their pocket nowadays. There was just a mixture of devices. Both my parents have a Motorola device because I feel like for the price, it does everything they need those phones to do. My sister has an iPhone. My girlfriend has an iPhone. My niece and nephew have just some kind of knockoff tablets. So just kind of a mixture of everything. Me, I have my OnePlus, of course. So I was getting ready to head out with the family to go somewhere. I had just taken a shower, hooked up the OnePlus 13 here to the charger that it comes with, and within maybe 15 to 20 minutes, I had went from like 30% battery to close to 90. It's just such a good feature to me to be able to connect your phone to the charger and get a meaningful amount of charge and not have to be like, oh, I only got 3, 4, 5%. That didn't help me, right? It really doesn't. When you're on the go, when you're on vacation like I was, and you're on the go, you need something more meaningful than 25 watt or 40 watt. I think the Pixel 9 Pro is what, like, it's still under 30, 25, 27 watts, whatever it is, right? Just something more meaningful than that. And that's not to say the battery life isn't good on the Pixel 9 Pro, because overall I think it is. But the charging speed, just like in this scenario we're looking at with the S21 Ultra and the OnePlus 9, that charging speed really does make a difference. So although the battery is 500 milliamps smaller, that charging speed more than makes up for the smaller battery in the OnePlus 9. So pretty much up until I believe last year, or at least this year here in the US with the OnePlus 13, lithium ion and lithium polymer batteries have been the default in every device. Apple, Samsung, Google, right? Even the OnePlus 12 had a lithium ion battery. But now with the OnePlus 13, we're getting silicon carbon batteries, and a lot of the phones in the Chinese market, those have a silicon carbon battery, and pretty much what that means is at the same size battery, we're talking physically here, at the same size as a lithium ion battery, a silicon carbon battery can hold more capacity, and that's definitely good to see. That's how OnePlus was able to go from a 5400 milliamp hour battery in the OnePlus 12 to a 6000 here in the OnePlus 13 and keep the battery size physically the same. I think they even said maybe it's a little smaller, the physical dimensions of the battery, and that's crazy impressive if you ask me. And that's just another reason I continue to carry my OnePlus device in my pocket is just how fast it charges. The battery life is good. It suffices for me on the Pixel 9 Pro, but it's just really annoying when I hook it up to the charger and I come back 10 minutes later and it's only charged, 5, 6, 7, 8%, right? That's just not meaningful, So the charging speed of the OnePlus devices have definitely spoiled me, and I think a lot of people really underrate charging speeds because they're just content with it. And honestly, here in the US, Samsung isn't pushing the boundary with charging speed. Google isn't, Apple isn't. So you just kind of get what you get. I mean, usually year to year, it's like, oh, here's 2 more watts faster charging, maybe 3 more watts faster charging. But it's not enough to really make a big difference. And I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, when it comes to Samsung, we know why because of the Note 7 debacle, right? So maybe Samsung's a little skeptical and reluctant to increase those charging speeds, but it's been quite some time since that happened. But there are rumors going around that the OnePlus 15 is going to have an over 7,000 milliamp hour battery. So battery life should be absolute insane on the OnePlus 15. It's already crazy, crazy good on the OnePlus 12 and the 13. But as batteries continue to grow larger and larger, we are going to need faster charging speeds from Samsung, from Google, from Apple. And I've even seen an article about the Pixel 10 Pro having an increase from, I think it's 4,700 milliamps in the Pixel 9 Pro here. I think they're going to push around 4,900 with the Pixel 10 Pro. So that's a good little increase. We just need faster charging. And I'm sure there's people who will say, well, fast charging kills the device. It's bad for it. And I used to be on that side of the equation. When I had an iPhone, I would only charge it with the little 5-watt Apple brick, the ancient one. Not even the newer, 20, 30-watt Apple charging brick. I would charge my iPhone as slow as I could to preserve the battery. And I do think there is still some truth in that. If you're going to keep your device long term, if you don't need a quick top-up, I say charge it as slow as you can to preserve the battery. But honestly, in my experience with the OnePlus 12 and 13, they just get warm. Not hot, just warm when you charge them. So I'm not too worried about it. So what do you guys think? Do you think smartphone battery tech is really moving forward? What would you like to see done better when it comes to the batteries in our devices? Maybe something that, no matter how many charge cycles it has, maybe 2,000 or 3,000 charge cycles, we still have 80% battery health, right? Something like that. Something that can handle more charging cycles. Will we see that? Do the companies really want to do that? Is it planned obsolescence with these batteries? You know what I mean? That's going to do it for the video. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video.